I'm barred up, tripping armor, with my arms up, keep my honor, keep my guard up, cause it's all love, till it's all love. But I popped a pill and thought about you for the whole ride home. Wanna be alone till you really on your own. I can't have propellers, it's a no-fly zone. Can't get out together unless you brought your
Ride is done. Week 4, here we go. It is week 4, day 1, and it is currently 8:56 in the evening. Now, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I did not want to do my bike workout tonight. I typically have my rest days planned for Saturday, but this past Saturday we went rock climbing and it was not quite the active recovery that my body needed. Now, I don't regret going. I had a complete blast, and if I were to do it over again, I wouldn't do anything different, but I think I overdid it a little bit. My forearms are trashed, and today I felt completely wasted. Not to mention I woke up a little bit sick, had a sore throat, kind of stuffy nose. My wife also had a migraine last night, so I think there might be a bug going around that we're trying to fight, but nevertheless, I had every excuse not to do tonight's workout. I did it anyways, and I'm glad that I did.
Si tú tienes vida, grita yes, okay. Le digo al diablo, dog it out, my way. Me tenía preso, pero not today. No.
It is another cycling night. Today's gonna be a lot longer than yesterday's session. Even though the sessions are gonna be different, tonight is very similar to last night in the fact that I am trying to think of every excuse not to be here. Luckily, thanks to a little bit of encouragement from my wife, we're here doing it anyways. I got an hour of sprints ahead of me, so I'm gonna cut the lights and get right into it. It is 7:17 p.m. and it is day 3. Today, or tonight, I have another hill session. Now, I am definitely wishing that I restructured my day to get this run done earlier because the weather was actually semi-decent. It was about 68 degrees. Right now, it is 52 and dropping, and it's incredibly dark out. So I think I'm gonna try and run with a headlight, but let's see how it goes. Also, side note, today's energy is feeling a lot better than the last 2 days. The last 2 evenings, I guess, prior to last night, I got terrible sleep and I have no idea what caused it, aside from the fact that I might have had some caffeine a little bit too late in the day. So I made sure to avoid that yesterday, and I'm feeling a lot better tonight. So the energy's coming back and it is time to knock this workout out. So let's go. Also, a little fit check action. I recently got these little liner shorts. They're actually not built into the shorts themselves, but they do have this little foam pocket, which is super nice, especially if you're listening to music on your runs. And also, rather than paying for a new set of shorts, I figured I'd just get a set of these liners. I could wear them with any pair of shorts that I own. Kind of a little hack.
trips overseas, you know. Shawty got a ring.
Headlamp secured.
Said it turn her on when I took the lead. Staring at your figure, you got good jeans, finer things. She the type that find the worth outside designer things. Now you Gucci and Dior, if it's up to me. We don't be tripping off of stuff that only time can bring. Everybody got a price.
Just over halfway done with the warm-up. Everything in my body is telling me to just end the warm-up, get right into the sprints. Get this workout over with, you know? Because it's dark, cold. I don't know, we're probably sitting around like anywhere from 49 to 51 degrees out right now. It's not the worst, but especially after not working out for 2 years, I'm so used to being comfortable, which is not a good thing. So everything in my body is just saying, hey, get it done. But I also know I will likely regret it, and that regret will come in the form of an injury. So I really don't want to do that. This is probably common for a lot of people, but especially when it comes to sprints, I feel like I'm very prone to like getting pulls or strains in the hamstrings. I'm really trying to avoid that. So we're gonna follow the game plan, finish out this warm up, and then get into the sprints and do it right. Regarding the warm up this time, I think for the last couple minutes of the warm-up, I'm actually gonna spend some time doing some dynamic warm-ups, like dynamic stretches, just safely push the lengthening limit of my muscles, of my legs, to really just open up for this workout. Make sure that I'm not too tight, but also not overly stretched before I get into these sprints. Okay, I just finished my 6th sprint, which is my last one. Man, tonight really took it out of me. In a good way though. Feel very humbled, which is great. I finished my warm-up and sprint around 28:45 or something around there. I'm just letting my heart rate come back down. Then I'm gonna jog till about 35 minutes, and that'll conclude my workout. Woo. Okay, that is it for tonight's sprint workout. And I would have recorded more if I could, but since it's so dark outside, I wanted to be focused on the roads. Matter of fact, I had a truck kind of get a little bit close, a little too close for comfort at least. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep my eyes up rather than focusing on a camera. I apologize. I wish I could have brought you guys with me on that one, but hey, maybe in the future I have a couple people filming for me and maybe providing better content for you guys. But now it's time for dinner. The wife's cooking up some steaks and she's also giving me a little bit of a hair trim because I definitely need it. I don't know if you see this mop up here, but it's bad. So let's go to dinner. Woo.
Just mute this.
Wow.
This shirt makes me so sweaty. I did it.
Proud of you.
Thanks, man.
It is day 4 of week 4. Tonight I was actually supposed to have a pool workout. My schedule kind of got thrown around a little bit. I'm swapping one of my bike sessions for the pool session that was supposed to happen tonight. And then I'm gonna do the pool session tomorrow. But lately something that I've been doing for my electrolytes, I've actually been using Himalayan pink salt as well as honey during my workouts. I've just found that a lot of the other electrolyte mixes or powders, they just end up giving me a headache. So I don't know if it's like the sucralose or the stevia, whatever kind of sweeteners they have in there, they just don't work for me. Almost every single time I've been able to track it. For instance, the Element drinks, I used to love them and then all of a sudden they started giving me a headache, so I quit taking them thinking it was the Element drink. So I quit taking them, stopped getting those headaches, and then I was like, okay, let's try this again, see if it was really the Element drinks. And sure enough, probably within 10 to 20 minutes of taking the drink, I got another headache. But the sea salt and the honey has actually been really working for me. However, my wife did order another type of electrolyte mix, which I guess is supposed to be really good. So I'm gonna try that. If I end up liking it, I'll show you guys what it is, because that would be really awesome if I could find something that I can track what's in it, how much sodium, potassium, magnesium, stuff like that, and then just see how my body responds to it. Whereas right now I'm just taking a random scoop and who knows how much honey in each of my drinks. But tonight I have sprint, so I'm on a 5-minute warm-up. I do have to apologize if the content the past 2 days has been a little bit lackluster. My schedule's been really busy, so I'm just having to work around all the projects that I've got going on, and my wife has been incredibly gracious with helping my timelines out and helping out with making sure I can get my workouts in throughout the day. Life just gets busy when you got a kid, and at the moment, more than one sounds crazy, so if you have more than one kid, man, congrats to you. If you have one kid, you're doing a great job. So life is busy right now, but regardless, I'm still making time to get my workouts in. But tomorrow, things should be a little bit easier. Anyways, let's get into it. Almost wrapped up with work for the day. I just have to hit up one more location and then I'm gonna be headed home. Then at home, I have more work that I need to do. My wife and I are packing up just a bunch of stuff to put into storage over the winter. Just a lot of like the summer things. You have all the cushions for the outdoor furniture, the lawnmower, weed whacker, stuff like that. So it's a very busy day. But like I was saying, after my son goes down for bed, I'm gonna be heading to the gym to get in a pool session. Now, one thing I've been struggling with when it comes to swim sessions is bloating. I don't know what it is, but during my swim sessions, I have some serious issues with bloating, it gets really uncomfortable. So I ended up going to the store with my wife a night or two ago. Uh-oh, there is a dog on the run. Uh-oh, now it looks like a car is chasing after it. That's funny. But my wife and I went to the store and we came across this thing called Swedish Bitters. It's like a little liquid. I took it yesterday just once, and then I've taken 2 servings today, and it is bitter. Let me tell you. Apparently it's supposed to help with bloating. I wanted to kind of stick with something a little more natural. In the middle of my swims, my stomach just gets so like distended. I don't know if that's the right word, but gets really uncomfortable. And then after my swim, it just seems to persist a little bit longer, as well as get worse until maybe like 2 hours after the bloating finally settles down. So if you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. If you kind of experience the same thing with bloating during swimming. I don't know if it's just like because my body's rotating through the water that my stomach fluids just get mixed up and cause some gas buildup. I'm not sure, but if you know, I would love some help. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know, because it actually gets really uncomfortable. Not fun. So tonight I'm hoping the Swedish Bitters help out with that and make the swimming experience a little bit more enjoyable. But yeah, I have to hit up this last location before I am finished with work, and then it's back home and back to the workouts. I'm currently on my way home from work, and right now I am stuck in traffic. Got about 30 minutes until I get home. Cruising right now at about 13 to 25 miles an hour, kind of bouncing back and forth. But I'm stoked to get home, hang out with the family. Gonna eat a little bit before the swim tonight, not too much, because I am starving right now. One thing that I really want to focus on for the swim tonight is making sure that I'm lengthening my body in between strokes. So as I enter the water with my hand, really making sure that I elongate my reach, just making sure that I'm like a pencil in the water rather than like a sinking rock, which I think has been a huge issue for me in my swims. Actually, last week during my swim at the pool, there's this one lady who was super sweet enough to come up to me afterwards, and she gave me a couple pointers. She was saying that my hands were kind of diving after they entered the water. So they were entering the water and then just kind of, I'm not reaching very high. In other words, getting very straight. They kind of dive into the water and reach low. So that's a huge issue that I'm struggling with. I'm just not gliding through the water very well. Another thing that I noticed, I can't remember if I mentioned it last week, but one of my issues is as I pull through my stroke, I notice, especially after I get fatigued, my stroke, my hand crosses kind of this midline of my body. So it kind of does this like swooping motion, which is not very efficient. There's a helicopter going overhead. Yeah, I have no idea what this traffic is from. It's not usually like this, I feel like. But anyways, that's my big focus for tonight, making sure I just get really long, lengthen myself out while I'm in the water, and hopefully I'll see some improvement. And also what's great is since I have my new watch, I'll be able to track my pacing better this time, and it'll be the first time I actually have a watch in the pool, which I actually recently just discovered why it is incredibly beneficial to be doing laps in a pool versus just training out in open water the whole time. Long story short, I guess, which again, this is just from my YouTube research, but since you're in a pool, you actually have those rest periods, which are super important because they help you increase your overall pacing. In the grand scheme of your swim, say if you're swimming like 1:50 per 100 yards versus just one long swim out in the open water where you might be swimming a 2:10, which again, I am nowhere near those numbers. I'm closer to 3 minutes. I'm probably at 3 minutes, to be honest. It's actually more beneficial to take those rest periods in the pool, swim those quicker paced 100-yard or 100-meter lengths versus swimming at a slower pace in open water. So you're training your body to be more efficient and to be faster. Also, you do get to work on specific drills in the water for specific lengths. So there's probably a lot more benefits to it than that, but that's one thing that really clicked in my head, was just your overall pacing in a pool is better rather than if you were just doing long swims exclusively in your training. So pretty cool thought. Learned something new. Pretty much at a dead stop right now. Moving pretty slow.
I done came up, went through the ups and downs, but I stayed tough. Never took a shortcut and never gave up. This time around, I'ma stay up. I done came up, went through the ups and downs, but I stayed tough. Never took a shortcut and never gave up. This time around, I'ma stay up.
All right, just pulled up to the gym and now gonna pull all my stuff out and get ready for a swim.
Barbecue, my recipe impeccable. We chop it up like vegetables. Handsome, successful, and obviously
Finish the warm-up. And now I'm going on to my 5th interval for tonight's swim. Again, doing 25 sprint, 25 smooth, and 100 easy. Okay, there we go.
This time around, I'ma stay up. I came up, went through the ups and downs, but I stayed tough. Never took a shortcut and never gave up. This time around, I'ma stay up.
Last lap of 100 easy, and then time for a cool down. Swimming is not easy. I'm not good at this. Lots more work to do. It is day 5 of week 4, and we are rounding out this week with a long aerobic run. Again, everything's relative. It's long for me. It's 45 minutes of pure aerobic work, and it's about 64 degrees out right now, so not too hot, not too cold. I think it's gonna be a great run. I'm hoping my legs feel good on this run, because on my swim last night, my legs started to feel a little bit fatigued while I was kicking, so that was a little bit of a bummer, because I was hoping I could be a little bit more efficient during my swim last night. According to my watch, I was swimming roughly a 2:10 per 100 yards or 100 meters. So that's actually really exciting because, again, like I was saying earlier, I've usually been sitting around 2:53 on my long swims out in the lake. I also think I might have had a couple little hiccups with my watch. I might have hit the lap button once or twice too soon, so I'm not entirely sure. I think I probably averaged around 2:10 to 2:30 per 100. So that was actually really exciting and really encouraging to see, even though my swim didn't feel all that great because of my legs being so fatigued, but seeing that time decrease on the swim was great. Now I'm really interested to see how my legs hold up right now during the long run, especially since I had so many runs and bikes next to each other because of the way I had to schedule this week. So I'm hoping to do better on that next week, but we'll see how the run goes. Anyways, let's get right into it. Gotta grab the power up. Which one do I want to go with? I think I'm gonna go with the purple. Almost forgot the shoes. This is where I've been keeping everything for all my training. Cycling shoes there, glasses up here, and then this is my little bin of swimming stuff. Some hats for the workouts, the runs, all the good stuff. Enough lollygagging, and let's get this done.
Yup. Check. I still will rip you. I kill it, the bill with scripture. I'm ill with the literature. I get it from.
All right, I am a little over halfway done with the run. The lungs feel amazing. The legs are definitely fatigued. They're pretty tired. They feel a little sore, kind of worn out, but I wouldn't say as bad as I would have anticipated, which is really cool. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Today, I kind of figured I might as well push it just a little bit more. Still staying in that aerobic zone, so kind of hanging around the, I'd probably say top end of zone 3. Let's see. Yeah, top end of zone 3 according to my watch. Just about done with the run. And 41 minutes in, I gotta reach 45. And I was a little bit naughty towards the end there. I let my heart rate get a little too high. Just broke into the bottom end of zone 4. Not what I wanted since I'm so out of shape. And I was running up a hill. Just kind of like the last bit of my run here. My heart rate spiked and jumped into that zone 4. So definitely not ideal. But I got it back down. We're working the rest of this run in that zone 3. Okay, that is it for week 4. It has been 1 whole month of training. In the last episode, I said I have some exciting news that I want to announce, and that is that I've partnered up with a training coach. Now, in terms of who that training coach is, I'll reveal that later once some of the details get ironed out. Let me tell you, I've been working with this coach for the last 3 weeks, and the training style is completely different than what I was doing for that first week. What I did with that first week was I went and took all of my health history in terms of like my athleticism, some previous injuries that I've had, stuff like that. I entered it all in ChatGPT and I said what race I wanted to train for, which is the June 2026 half Ironman. A week into that training, I got contacted by a friend of mine who is a former professional triathlete who now coaches, and after talking over some of the details, we decided we're going to create a partnership. So he's been training me for the last 3 weeks, and the training has been completely different from what I was doing that first week. As you can probably tell, I've been doing a lot more sprints, and because of that, I've noticed some of my numbers have been changing. After my long aerobic run, I took a look at the numbers and my pacing has improved. Now, obviously it's pretty minuscule right now because we're only 4 weeks in. I still have 34 weeks until the actual race, but I'm sure I'm going to be seeing a lot more improvement leading up to that. Again, we're still only a month in. We have about 8 more months. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.